Design systems are amazing tools that will help you create scalable design files. But what are design systems exactly? Now, there's many fancy definitions out there of what a design system really is, but my favorite one is actually from Wikipedia, and that is a design system is a collection of reusable components and clear standards that can be assembled together to build any number of applications. Design systems aid in digital product design and development of products such as mobile applications or websites. And in this video, I'm going to show you a real-life example of how you can apply a design system and what a design system really is. So without further ado, let's jump right on my computer. So let's say that, for example, you are working on a web app such as this one. You're going to notice that if we break down the individual elements that create a complex app such as this, we are essentially faced with a few different items that we must recognize as designers, such as colors, typography, layout, and visual style of elements such as iconography, imagery, illustrations. So you can essentially boil down a brand into these essential elements which are going to add up for the brand identity and the brand consistency of their image overall. So if we have a look at these different elements, we're going to notice that, for example, over here, I'm going to use Poppins for pretty much all of the typography. And we want to maintain a level of consistency whenever we are working on new screens that we're creating for this web app. And one of the most challenging parts is when you introduce new designers to the team and you want them to follow these guidelines. So the design system is going to help you with exactly that, to identify what are the core pillars that make up the brand and the app or website that you're working on, and essentially give a clear guideline for both yourself and the entire team. So this is an example here below of what a simple version of the design system is going to look like. And this is actually a design system that we are going to build from scratch in this video series. So the first element of the design system is the colors, since colors are essential elements in each and every design project, and we want to identify what are the primary colors of the brand, the secondary ones, as well as all of the other color states that might be useful to have in our toolbox. So states like green for positive UI UX states, or a red, which usually can be used for negative states, such as when a user adds a wrong email in an input field. So these are elements that we're going to cover in much more details. And another one is going to be the typography. So what are the fonts that are being used, and is it just one font or is it multiple fonts depending on the scenario? So sometimes brands might use a different font for the heading and another one for the body of the actual app. So these are all things to consider, as well as iconography, shadows, and even the layout and how you tackle things like responsiveness and the use of white space. Now, design systems can be as simple as this one or much more complex, as we're going to see in the future videos. But one thing which is incredibly powerful about Figma is that if I sync a color within the design system, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, but basically we synced the primary color right here, and what we want to do here is to actually use that primary color. Now, I'm going to give you a brief insight into the power of the design system, because see that I sync each and every color of the entire app to the design system. And I just decided to create a rebranding, and I want to change the primary color to this reddish tint. You're going to see how the design system is going to apply that color immediately, and this can be scaled to hundreds and hundreds of screens in just a few short seconds. This is true also for the typography, also for the iconography, and much more. So you can see how design systems can help you create a scalable solution which maintains a really high level of visual clarity and represents just a very functional solutions for us designers, especially when we need to make shifts in our designs at scale. So this is it for this video. We'll continue with much more about design systems in the further ones.